What's going on, y'all? I'm Ashley E, and on this episode of The Double Scoop, we have spoken word artist Mocha.
Hi, everybody. How y'all doing? Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we held? Proudly held what? To the exclusions of everyone outside of the white race, or the 3/5 of a man clause that you all still have in place. Red for the bloodshed of innocent lives, white for every single one of these lies, blue for the colors in my black eye. No, I can't see. Cover-ups and disrespect for the parents whose military children die. Have you ever listened to the National Anthem and cried? Of course not. It ignites your genetic memory and breaks you down deep inside, because even in 2017, you know what hatred for the color of your skin feels like, in that your life doesn't matter. Whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight, all the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming. Do you even know what gallantly means? Was that streaming or screaming? Are you listening to each word and understanding the meaning? I was not sent here to be appeasing. There was only one thing I came to do, with an understanding that nobody appreciates the person who wants to speak on the truth. And the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night. Proof of what? That my First Amendment right is a joke, and that a peaceful protest from anybody dark like me is a no. We just have to leave. Even though I've carried this country while crawling on my hands and knees. We're talking generations after generations of DNA that flows through me. And you think I'm going to let all of this go easily? Black bodies swinging in the southern breeze, and still lying cold in these streets. My innocent life could be next. But you expect respect from me for a piece of cotton cloth made in China, a bloody rag, idolized material? You call this the American flag? Thank you. Sorry, I ain't no.
Hey, y'all, what's going on? I'm Ashley E, and on this episode of The Double Scoop, we're talking to Mocha, spoken word artist Mocha. And Mocha, I know you have a book called Soul for Sale.
Yes.
Can you tell us a little bit about it?
Yes, I will be glad to do that. So my book that I have is it's a poetry book that I wrote last year and published last year, and it's called Soul Not for Sale. And I wanted to put the pieces together in this book because, and also too, to have that delivery of Soul Not For Sale, because a lot of the pieces are powerful pieces that allow people to gain confidence in who they are and to stay solid in who they are and don't budge for anybody when it comes to what you believe in.
Yeah. Tell us about the poem you opened with. What was it called?
It was called the National Anthem.
Yeah. Talk about that.
So the National Anthem, I actually wrote that earlier this year. Around the time, of course, when Kaepernick was taking his knee and then all the backlash and everything that he was getting from that. But me growing up, we were never allowed to stand for the National Anthem at all. My grandmother wasn't having it, my mom wasn't with it. So we never could. So it was like, oh wow, so somebody like, this is an NFL player who's like saying no to the same thing.
Of course, he can get more attention because, you know, he's on the national level.
Right. So it's like, you know, this is what I'm talking about. But I understand, and once you sit back and you realize and you see everything that's going on and all the inequality that's going on and the injustices that are happening out there, you just, as an artist, you know, my position is to reflect the time. So that inspired me to even write that piece, to deliver that message.
And even like the name of the book, like what inspired you to name it Soul Not For Sale? Like what are you saying?
Yeah. When I'm saying with Soul Not For Sale, it's been years and years and years of me having to deal with people trying to get me to settle. You know, trying to get me to conform into who they think I should be and what I should say and how I should say it, so that way they're not offended. Or this way they can like it. But it's like, no, I like it just how I am. Like, you're not gonna make me change it. Yeah. So that's why, like, when it comes to like being solid in who you are, be solid in what you believe in, stay true to yourself, like Soul Not For Sale. You cannot sell your soul and keep those things and those morals and those values within yourself.
Right. How long have you been into poetry? Is it, because I know like with me, I like poetry too, and writing is something I've always, like growing up as a child, is it something you've always gravitated towards?
It was. I actually started writing at 6 years old. My mom had got me like this little journal. I could still remember what it looks like. It was thin, because of course you're 6. How much are you going to write? It was a thin little hardback little journal book with all these colorful smiley faces on it. Purple, blue, green, orange, red, yellow. And I was writing in there, and she would get me to recite whatever I wrote back to her, even if it was blue, pink, yellow, cat, dog, mouse. It was anything just to get up there in front of her and just speak. So
has it always been like therapeutic for you? You know, like for me, writing was just like, because I communicate better writing verbally. Instead of like talking verbally. So it's like writing is my way of like saying what I really want to say. Yeah.
That's exactly how writing is for me. And there's a lot of studies that show that writing is very therapeutic. It's actually healing when you want to write poetry or even listen to poetry or read poetry. Yeah. So it has a lot of healing benefits that come with that. And so for me, it is therapeutic, and it does allow me to deliver my message more smoothly than it would if I were to be talking and have all my emotions showing behind what I'm saying. But the message, when you write, the delivery comes through much better, because people, when they read things, they retain it better than they always do when you listen. So. And
you were also a part of, was it a collective?
Yep, it was a collective poetry group out of Harrisburg, Pennsylvania. I've been in Charlotte for the last year and 2 months. So out of Harrisburg, Pennsylvania, there was a group called I Am Words, and we did collective poetry, went to colleges, had our own events and things like that. So it was good. It was awesome.
And I know you're also an activist, like a community activist.
Yes. I'm like, who told you? I've only been here a year.
Yeah. I've researched you. I know.
But yes, I actually did start my business called The Image Czar. Behind the activism that I needed to do within the schools. They were like losing a lot of funding, and I knew that the kids would probably thinking to themselves, like having low self-esteem, not really being able to feel confident in their education. And so I created this business called The Image Czar. And what I did was go to the schools and talk to the kids about positive self-image, self-esteem, how to give and receive respect. And we do a lot of fun interactive games to help children gain those life skills that they can use when they grow up.
Yeah. Well, I want to thank you for coming in and talking to us.
Thank you.
Let people know where they can find you and where they can even purchase the book.
Yes, thank you so much for having me. The book, Sold Not For Sale, is available on Amazon. If you inbox me on Facebook at Mocha Moma, I will sign one and send it to you personally. I'm on Instagram, and it is I am Mocha Moma, and Mama is spelled M-O-M-A for Mocha Mama. And Twitter, and what else is out there that I'm on? Snapchat. So yes, you can find me. It's M-O-C-H-A-M-O-M-A.
Okay, Mocha, well, thank you so much again for coming out.
And thank you so much for having me. I appreciate it.
No problem.